Alright, so I'd played quite a bit of Caesar 3 for a while, including much of the campaign, but not all of it. There were a few, I believe 6 maps in total that I did not complete this year, and I'm back to right that wrong. Now I play Caesar 3 whenever the itch arises, and that rash has really been acting up, because just the other day I accidentally hit the Caesar 3 bit in my taskbar, which caused the game to load up, which suddenly caused me to be filled with desire to play the game. And that's why we're here today. We're going to be starting off in Lugdunum. Before I do anything here, I want to make sure... Okay, it's not like we have any money saved up, so that's fine. Let's do it.
Caesar is traveling this month on a matter which need not concern you. I, the Emperor's proconsul for Roma, shall explain your next assignment in his stead. Caesar decreed that the empire shall now grow northward, beyond our traditional alpine boundary. Create a medium-sized city in Gaul, and meet the more ambitious ratings that he has defined for you. You will not encounter any armed resistance, and won't need to build defensive works. However, a small tribe of natives already lives in your new province. These barbarians will not trouble you if you stay away from their village. Use the risks overlay to see the area they claim as their own. At some point, build a mission post on the natives' land. Your missionaries will teach them some rudiments of civilized conduct. Eventually, they might even trade with you. If you see carts moving between the native village and your city's warehouses, the natives have accepted your presence, and you can safely build on their land. If you handle them properly, the natives will be no more than a minor nuisance to your city's growth. The rugged terrain is probably your true challenge. Some Roman philosophers believe that the very wildness of the northern lands explains why the people there have remained so primitive throughout the ages. The local Gauls will be awed when Lugdunum achieves the levels of culture, prosperity, and peace that Caesar expects.
Well, I certainly hope so. Lugdunum is a huge stumbling block for most people that play the game. And yeah, where is this? This is Lyon, right? As in the Great? Not sure. Harder to tell this map when it's not Europa's. Right, Lugdunum. Keen eyes will realise that we have been here before, but that was 2 years ago and we never finished it. We were going for a North Korea style, which we ended up doing a lot better in Sarmazagatusa. But I want to make this, oh, I don't know. I at least want to make sure everyone is fed. Going for a happy Lugdunum is tough. This was the biggest stumbling block for me when playing this game as a kid, because the areas you have that are good for building are really non-existent. There's this area, but there's no access to farmland with it. Almost all the farmland is on this raised land, where you can't reasonably build up any kind of housing block without chewing up all your fertile lands. And even if you try to build around here, there are these native huts in the way, so you have to get your mission posts down. I would quite like some music, because this silence is a little eerie. There we go. The goods you have access to are fairly meagre. You have meat and wheat, iron and weapons for making armies that you don't need whatsoever, other than perhaps clearing out the wolves. Marble, which you can trade with, but not initially, and pottery, which I'm not sure if we can trade with. We have a look at the Empire. We have early access to Mediolanum. All they're going to buy are our weapons. We're going to open that trade route up straight away, because we're going to need to ship out our weapons. And I do not have a plan whatsoever for this, so we're just going to have to go along with it. I think the first thing I'm going to do is build a ghetto. Oh man, I haven't touched this game in a few months. I hope I'm not as incredibly rusty as I probably am. Okay, what am I going to do here? What in the world am I going to do? 1, 2, space, 1, 2. Good enough. Why a ghetto? Because I need to ease myself back into this game, clearly. And I need some starting population as I figure out what in the world's going on here. They'll need an engineer post. They will need a doctor. And they're going to probably want some water, but I'll give that to them later. Because I need to get industry on the go straight away. And that is what we'll do. Now, the people we're trading with will buy 15 units of weapons from us. I have completely forgotten all of my numbers, but I think 2 iron mines will cover that completely. 0.8 per month, 8, 9, yeah, 2 of them will cover it completely. Haven't I just great? Huh. That was a little ill-made, but whatever. Yeah, this startup is going to be sloppy as all hell. So it's kind of funny, the way these are going to be ordered, at least online, when all the videos are stuck up on YouTube, there's going to be such a variance in skill level on the cities that I make. I don't mind too much, I love this game no matter what. And it's always a joy to play. So I don't mind these people getting food, they're not going to get angry. Why? Because I'm going to pay them way above Rome's salary, and I'm not going to tax them whatsoever. There's no point. Tents don't give taxes, so people are going to flood in, slowly but surely. And because we're in a northern map, we don't need to worry about prefectures. All we need is a customary engineer post for any block that we make. This one wouldn't even need an engineer post if I hadn't smacked down a clinic there, but I did. No enemies really, Jake. The only enemies you have are the wolves that are right here, and they will eat you to death if you're not careful. The natives, who you can't actually fight, you only have to either avoid or placate. And if we go on to risks, natives, we'll see, they call quite a lot of this land their own. You know, it would be really interesting to play this level without placating the natives. Alright, well, if I'd thought about that beforehand, that might be what I do here, but I don't think so. Now, I need to get the weapons going ASAP. So there we go. Please deliver everything here. Might seem a little close, but that'll do. Accept weapons, nothing but. Because if you look at it, we're almost out of money already, so I need the people to move in and start generating revenue for me. So I don't see any point in speeding up a touch. Now this is one of the real problems they have in Lugdunum. There are landslides. Whenever you get a landslide, it will stop there being any trade by land for a few months. I can't remember exactly how a few months is calculated, but it is what it is. So everyone's going to move in. Hopefully they're going to form into 2x2s. This ghetto is something I'm going to tear down later on, so you know what? It actually doesn't matter if they form into 2x2s or not. It just makes it a little easier for upgrading them to large tents shortly. So, unfortunately, they're all going to that side first, because I need them to move into here so I can start getting my industry going. There we go, all industries are go. You know, all 2 of them. I've made a bit of a mistake, as I usually do. The gods are going to be extremely cheesed off with me at this rate. So, let's change that. Ceres, Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Funny, I put down and pick up this game so often, but I still keep making the same mistakes with it. Now, we're going to need marble as well. A couple of quarries should do. And I'll just smack you down right there. Take marble and nothing but. Actually, 2 is probably a little limiting. I might want more than that in the future. Well, I'm sure I can squeak them in here if need be. So again, the landslides are going to keep on coming and hurting me. Speaking of hurting me, it'll take a wee while, but the gods will forgive me. One small temple will placate, I think, 750 people worth of believers. 1, 2. What's the range of a well again? It's 2, right? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. These guys probably won't get water. Well, sucks to be them. 1, 2. 1, 2. It's probably too undesirable for them to even want to transform. Well, some do. Doesn't make much odds to me, though. These guys are simply here to work for me. Yeah, this is what I can do. I can tear this single tent down. It only has 5 people. Stick that in there, and some of these should evolve. Because the niceness of being near a temple. Temples actually have fairly good desirability, so living near them is really good. I'm going to trade in fact just all weapons. We have no need for any of them. There's something else I'm going to do, and that is a little trick for Lugdunum. I'm struggling for money, so it might not be the best thing to do right now, but I'm still going to do it. I'm going to set a pig farm right about here. It's one of the only places, in fact it is the only place that I'm aware of, where you can stick a farm that isn't on this plateau or on the island. Is plateau the right word to use? I don't even know. What do we give them? They're going to need an engineer post. And it's going to need a warehouse. And this warehouse will accept nothing but meat. I know that Caesar desires meat, so this is just making that ahead of time. Barely even needs any people living here, so I'll try that. And they thankfully don't need a clinic, and thankfully form into a 2x2. That's nice. I'll give them a well as well, because I'm that nice. Incredibly, it's not so undesirable that they don't become a large tent. So if I don't start selling these weapons, I'm going to be in a severe financial pickle, really. Thankfully, the weapons do sell. This is not the best way to start the map, really. I don't like to rely on ghettos at the very start, but money is tight, and Lugdunum itself is a tricky one. Also, I'm paying myself way too much money. Procurator salary? No, we drop down to Inquisitor's salary, because it makes Caesar dislike us just a little bit less. His opinion will only go down by 1 per month, instead of 2. Not per month, per year. It's funny when playing Europa and Hoy and this game, getting an idea for timing, because hourly, daily, yearly, monthly, bi-yearly, messes with one's head. So hopefully I can fulfill the full criteria here of things to export. I have no doubt that I will, given this and the fact that we have stifling unemployment. I'm happy that all the gods are happy. And what's nice is, if I ever get one of them to Exalted, they're almost certainly going to give me a blessing. Neptune's blessing would be the best, followed by nobody else, because nobody compares to Neptune. Neptune will make traders give you double the amount of money for the rest of that year. The tricky thing is it usually happens in February. Not February, in November. In fact, let's do it. Let's slap down ourselves a little Neptune right there. And Neptune is probably going to become Exalted. Yeah, he is. Okay, now it's January. I hope he gets Exalted really soon. Like right now would be nice. But he does not. Tough customer. Okay, so in September he has become Exalted. So the everybody's bought their full amount of weapons from me anyway. Okay, I try to play Neptune and Neptune just plays me. Go figure. Alright, how about we start expanding this whole operation? First thing I'm going to do is delete all of this garbage, because I need to get this much more efficient than it is right now. 1, 2, 3, how about? How about that? Can one missionary get all of you? That's my question. If he can go to the end of this road, he cannot. Okay, that's bad news for me. Forget that missionary then. Yeah, I have to stick 2 of them down. There we go. That should get rid of all the risks of NATO. Oh, didn't even realize there was a guy over there. Well, forget him. I can deal with him later. So I have my money-making ghetto set up. Eventually a new trade route will open. It's not like we're going to be limited to these paltry items that we have thus far, otherwise we'd be in real dire straits. I mean, how far can you get? not very far. You wouldn't be able to go past Meacham Insulae. We have to keep in mind...
Caesar is traveling this month on a matter which need not concern you.
that prosperity rating is 50. The prosperity cap of Meacham Insulae is 58, so it would be pretty tight to make it there. Alright. Where do we go then? We have a couple of options. We can go up here straight away, or we can work with this tuft of farmland. There's a huge amount of unemployment, which I find most amusing. So in Caesar 3, Jake, you don't have build, let's say, an iron mine on an iron tile. You have to build them adjacent to rocks. So these ones are adjacent to these stones here. These marble quarries are adjacent to this one little tile of rock. But one tile is all you need. There's a bit of a cheat where you can actually do it adjacent to this here as well, the road to Rome. But as if I would be such a cheatery bugger. I'm actually a little torn. Where do I go from here? I can work with this, but I'm not sure I want to work with this. It's a horribly small amount of land to work with. Also going to need a lot of optimizing anyway. But I can't build here unless I start building loads of farms around here, and that's going to be a lot more work. And I don't like lots of work. Well, what I am going to need... Oh, Emperor's boundaries have changed. Isn't that wonderful? I'll just have a look here, and now we have Massilia, actually an end game level, and they want to buy our marble. That works for me. It's also a cheap one to open up. In fact, they buy marble and pottery, so they're going to make us loads of money. To the point where I can open up a couple more marble quarries and be all the richer for it. There we go, that's not too big, is it? Hopefully not. Good, and that shouldn't impact on production too much. As I said, I opened it. I'm also going to ship all marble over 8 units, because I really like marble. Helps us build those oracles, which I find incredibly important. Alright, what am I going to do then? I want to set up a little bit of... Let's make it Grand Insulae, because I'm all about being grand. This is going to be tricky. I'm glad I have a bit of denarii in the bank, and I'm going to have even more once all this is shipped out. And again, I bet Neptune is going to do one on me by... Nah, I won't try and play the Neptune game right now. Garbadorlol saying that artifact, and when he scrolls, yeesh. Yeah, someday I'll get a capture card, so I won't have to worry about that, but that day is not today. Now this is a tricky one, because there are ways to set up these farms that get you everything, but it's not easy. At least I don't find it easy. So how is it going to be done? Can I have one? Yeah, Caesar really likes to burst my thinking bubble here. Now he's asking for the meat. Thankfully I already have it ready for him. So even though he's a little concerned, well, you know what? Let's give him a little gift as well. Have some cheetahs and giraffes. Hell, I don't care. How am I going to do this then? There's a way to get 8 farms here, I think. 3, 4, 5. Don't like the way you're set up there. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's about as good as I can get it. There's no point having that farm there, though. If it can be here. That allows me to stick an engineer post right at the end so he can see to everybody. Yeah, there's as good as anywhere. We only need to have low bridges. There's no need to worry about spending extra money on ship bridges, since there is no naval... well, nothing naval at all in this. I want to set up an army, but maybe not just yet. So, what goes here? That's the tricky part. It's so little space to work with, but with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these, it'll feed 16 medium insulae, so I could say 15 large insulae. I don't think I can fit 15 around here, but damn, I can try. I gotta sneeze. This ain't gonna be easy. This is gonna be far from easy. I'll just have to toy around with it for a wee bit. But I am going to need 2 granaries. So little anything to work with here. Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I guess that's as good as we can expect here. I don't know if this is going to work, but damn it, I'll try. I also would quite like to switch... Well, you know what, that isn't very far to go, so I won't bother changing how this is done. The meat one can be closer, though, and the wheat one a little further away. And I need to get people here, because people make prizes. I also need to have quite a few buildings that are very close to this, so that people can walk around here and instantly get labor access no matter which way they turn. This might not work, but damn it, I'm trying. Also going to need water access, and that is not going to be easy. That is going to be far from easy. Oh, jeez. How do I even get these guys water? Will you extend there? Because I don't think you will. I could stick you here and move this farm a little further forward. Oh, right. I need to give them a bridge over here or else they're going to starve. And a bridge over here. There you go. That should stop you from starving. Yeah, I might be able to get one right there. Let's try it. Which means the engineer post instead goes here. There's going to have to be quite a lot of rearranging in Lugdunum because working around the... there we go. Working around the landscape is this level's biggest challenge. So, that should work out fine as long as everybody gets there. I'm glad to see the denarii coming rolling on in. Not so glad to see not making money off that marble so much. There we go. There we go. So I need people to move in here before things start breaking. Risk of collapse is no joke. Ah, they're on their way. Naturally, Caesar nice and happy that I'm giving him the goods. Alright, so just how far does this extend? Ooh, can smack a fountain down here. That's a big help. Utterly unnecessary at this point in time, but I'll establish it here and now. I want to get some food going. These people are going to get very unhappy with me because I'm giving people food and those people aren't them. I'll give them some gardens for now. That's not going to offset how unhappy they are, but it will increase the general population here. I'll give them a plaza on every other tile or so might help as well. Stop being so miserable, you peons. There we go. Probably wasn't worth the money, but I did it anyway. So the food will pile up here, and I'm going to try to evolve these guys to small castles, because that's as far as we're going to go without any kind of pottery production. This is not as far as this can go, though. I'm going to have to extend across this bridge whether I want to or not, because there just won't be enough room for everything I need here. Oh well, no reason for me to take it too quickly, as long as the gods aren't getting too unhappy. Well, that's what oracles exist for, expensive though they are. Yeah, 200 denarii, eh? Would have been better popping you down than anything else. That's just to keep the gods happy for a wee touch. It's the most cost-effective way. So yeah, expensive yet cost-effective. Now, how am I going to do this? There's not actually enough room for you here. There is space for 2x2 here. I want about 15. large insulae for now. Not that I can even get that. I don't have any kind of furniture or pottery or anything like that, but as long as I can get the layout established, that'll be alright. You know, is that even necessary here? I don't know. I just don't know. But I can feed them at least, because why not? And they're going to need oracles whether I want them to get them or not. So I might as well pre-establish them. Following that, they also want entertainment. A simple theatre can do them for now. Then again, I got a 3x3 space here. Is there anything 3x3 these guys are ever going to need? I don't think so. And they're also going to want education. I'll slap down a wee cheeky school. And then they'll have nothing to complain about. Except these guys living next to the granary are naturally unhappy about how ugly it is. May as well give them a quick doctor too. Yeah, they're really unhappy. Granaries must be pretty filthy places to live next to then. And then there are these jokers, they can just enjoy some... Alright, and the fact that some of them don't have water. And some people are so fussy. Okay, to be fair, that's as far as you can reach. 1, 2, 1, 2. Well, that's excellent. If I just get rid of this, I'll be able to reach you. This is why I'm glad I have disposable income, because there's going to be a lot of chopping and changing. And that should see to all of you. Not you, because I don't care about you. But that's reasonable, I guess. Hopefully these people aren't turning to crime because I'm making other people's lives so much better than theirs. Not charging taxes goes a long way to making people happy. Right, speaking of killing people, time to get an army. A simple barracks. I don't need a military academy, so I won't build one. It's a waste of 1,000 ducats. I'm gonna need to start thinking about what to do with this land. A few different ways I can approach this. But I am going to need my food to come from here, and getting food from higher up areas is far from easy. Granaries are extremely loud, Jake. Imagine hearing grinding stones all day. I'd probably enjoy that, but then, Which means I might get rid of the people living here, but it's really important that, for example, yeah, these guys, they walk along this way. They need to get that, This is never going to be desirable enough. I might have to move this oracle here. Or erect another oracle right here. Yeah, that should actually probably do it. A bit heavy on the oracles, but fit Kinnamindy. Right, we're going to get these javelineers done slowly but surely. You know, all things considered, I could get legionnaires. Wouldn't that be pretty awesome? Yeah, I'm not going to be satisfied just with javelins. I need some horses to commemorate the loss of the Mongolian elite cavalry. Alright, but this is fairly smooth, if a bit ghetto-y. A very, very small portion of my population actually lives in something that could be called a home. I need to think how to deal with this. Yeah, I could deal with it a lot better if I had some actual money. Instead I just keep spending it all. Thankfully, the natives being in the way does not stop me from clearing all the trees as I start to think how I'm going to deal with all of this. And I think I've got an idea. I'm going to use something called cliff dwellers in order to get the labor force that I require up here. Now, even with that, though, I've then got to think, how am I going to get all this food to other places? And I'm probably going to have to rearrange all of this. And he needs somebody to babysit him here, you bloody go.
I'm so glad to be Roman. You should see what these barbarians get up to in their huts. Hail, I can see there's a lot of work to be done teaching these barbarians the merits of Rome's benevolence.
Quite right. Okay, that will eliminate all risk of natives, although I will have to change this later on, because this road network is unworkable. Glad the wolves existing also doesn't stop me from doing some clearances. It's alright though, I'm a Scot, I'm used to clearances. Good, keep buying my goods. It would actually probably be a good idea for me to establish some pottery as well, again just to ship it out. And to get some established. Never know when I'm going to need it. Is 2 going to be enough? Nah, 3 would be better, but I don't think I have space. Oh, well, damn, shows what I know. Absolutely nothing. It'd be a lot better making more money. There we go. Jake, why don't you just build your residential areas in a more populous place and put a single tent next for the farms and labour? Well, Dennis Wolf, that is a very good way, if your standards are non-existent. Sadly, mine are not. I hate putting down little tents or little huts or little shacks to get labour force. At the very least, I don't like anybody in my city living worse than small castles, although even that is setting the bar pretty low for myself. I want people to be living in non-squalor. Okay, you guys look ready to go and murder some, yeah, this is going to be bad. What I could easily do is just cage them up inside aqueducts and murder them. But hey, I haven't played this game for so long just to mock it like that. Let's do it. Now remember, these guys have not had any training. They're going to die. Probably. But that's all part of the fun. Here you go. Caesar once again, lusting after my meat. Alright. This is like the worst way you could be fighting wolves. Go get him. Especially non-academy trained javelineers are going to get roasted by wolves, but not a problem here. Now I don't think historically it was that easy eliminating wolves from an area, but we did it. Now get home and don't ever make me have to think about you ever again. Easy peasy. Yeah, I could do a lot better with this. I wonder if I should just have a single road leading off to here. Is this going to ruin everything? Come to think of it, how is that one engineer here taking care of all of this? It's a mystery. And I would be very wise to set up another engineer post. Here doesn't cause any issues, he's not getting in the way of any bigger, better buildings that could be put there. Looking at it though, I could probably get away with doing this to have a bit more extra spare area. Then I have to think what to do with this area. Oh well, something I can worry about once I have more resources, and it'll be a lot easier for me to build up to large insulae. Large insulae is important because then people will automatically merge into 2x2s instead of me relying on the RNG. Oh, it's not RNG, but I don't want to go into this again. I've covered merging tiles many times before. Alright, what am I going to do with this then? I got an idea. Not so much an idea as I've done this before, but bear with me. I wonder if this will suffice. Can be tricky though. No, That seems daft. Can have a 2x2, a 2x2, and a 2x2. That's actually fairly good. There we go. I love figures of 8s, and that doesn't change today. This should still have you covered by this guy, I hope so. Let's try not to ruin that, because if I ever don't have these guys covered by my missionaries,
Hail! I can see there's a lot of work to be done.
then they're going to go AWOL and destroy everything. AWOL's probably not the right term to use there. 20 months from Nick there, that's crazy talk. Okay, everything is proceeding too smoothly because I'm not jumping in and taking any risks here. I need to change that. For one, these people need food. Let's get... Food needs to be produced here and will need labor access. Well, I was about to say we've got the money, but we really don't got the money. We would if I sped up a bit. There we go. Push button, receive money. Alright, maybe. Just maybe. Yeah, we got a space here. Let's do something crazy. Business in the front, party in the back, and we'll set up our food empire. Now I want to have this somewhat in a figure of 8-ish, maybe. There's a good chance some of these are going to break down before things get finished, but so be it. Didn't clear this little tuft, but away it goes. Like I said, wheat in the front. So, how's that going? You're already there, that's fine. All of this is fine. It'll be a bit finer if I stick you here. None of these guys currently have access to labor, but I can fix that. Like I said, the technique we're going with today is... Ooh, I could fit more in if I just did a little stick down here. In fact, I could get considerably more if I went down here. 1, 2, 3 instead of 1, maybe more. Oh well, a concern for later. Labor. And... well, here's the thing, I need labor fast or else these things are just going to explode. I'd quite like some labor here. And quite possibly here. No, that won't work. Ideal places will merge together on their own. I can explain what I'm doing in a moment once things actually start working for me. Things are not currently working for me, but minor details. At least this should establish some decent wheat amounts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wheat farms will support, I don't know, like 16 or 17 large insulae. One wheat farm in a in a northern area like this will feed 160 people. Same with a pig farm. It's in the other areas that wheat is more effective at feeding. Alright. Now, provided people actually get there, that should be perfectly fine. Also going to throw that there to prevent anybody accidentally stumbling their way up these stairs. These stairs act just like roads, so there's no need to worry about them. I would quite like some people to move in here so that I know this place isn't going to go crazy and just break down on me. Come on, immigrants. Oh, that's just the best thing I could have hoped for. They automatically merge together. How about these ones merge together as well? That would make me happy. And if you wish to merge together, or you wish to merge together, hell, if any of these wish to merge together, then that'll make me happy. And engineer takes care of everything, so that's wonderful. Just to make sure, unemployment is actually lower than expected. My ghetto isn't that big after all. So that's telling me I need more people, and I'm going to need them soon. This isn't going to feed that many people. Oh yeah, also these places don't have road access, so they're not doing diddly right now. But part of the fun is that they don't have to. People will still have access to food there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, huh? Oh well. That is not good. 10 is not a good number. Could stick a bridge there. Could move this along. Could move this along. 10 is a bad number. 12, on the other hand, is a great number. It'd be very funny if I was miscounting that. And that's also a good number, probably. That'll at least be a bit of people to come and work for us. That's right, the very word people has me scratching my head thinking if it's the right word. Not a lot, but should feed these people quite happily. Provided I actually do that for them, so... Gonna get a gatehouse right here. And that should do you, because our missionary will still be able to access that native hut and stop him from butchering my people. Did you roll a 3 on your die today, Jake? I did. The real question is, how did you know that? Lucky guess. So I'm being very gentle with this level. That's part of the fun of playing without a plan. Oh, my days, just about everything I wanted merged together. That's great. Everybody's going to get plenty, dare I say ample, access to labour. Okay, this is kind of good, I'm just not sure to what degree it's alright. So I could stick you down here, actually, and that should get everything I need watered. Maybe. Probably. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, yeah, I could just stick you at the end there then. Same with you, you're probably fine there. Which means I just need to clutter these guys with large statues and they'll be happy. If there's no large statue spaces, I can stick medium. And then I can fill in the gap with small. Man, why am I so benevolent? It must be wonderful being around me. And we're making tons of money, so that's good. Jake, when is the Hoi 4 multiplayer? And do I have to sign up if I would like to play? Yes, yes, and yes. It's going to start next Monday in the evening, CEST. Be good if you could make it. Alright, how am I going to do this then? These people are going to be needing quite a few marketplaces, I suspect. 3 probably wouldn't even be overkill, but they're getting 3. Now stick the doctor there because it's a 1x1, there's nothing else that could reasonably fit in that area. And hopefully there's going to be space for more people here. I have them merge them into 2x2s. Force merger, of course. Fun thing is, these guys will not eat meat at all if they have access to wheat. They'll only eat meat if they're people that like to eat 2 food sources. They're not even stocking the meat. The meat is there more as a backup. Market goers have them, but don't even disperse it. Okay, man, industry is looking almost too good around here. So... gods are all happy. Of course they are. And then I've got to actually give these guys everything they're going to want. Which will actually sadly include a school. Thankfully there's space to stick you right there. You're also going to need a library. You will need theatre. Amphitheatre is actually all they'll need, but I would love to smack a coliseum in right here. Maybe that's overkill. Maybe, but I don't deal in maybes. Lovely. That's not so lovely. No, there we go. There we go. They want plaza, they'll get plaza. And everything's good. All they're really going to need now is a bathhouse and some pottery. The lack of pottery is a bit of a concern. We have a lot of space here, so I might as well start up industry. A little concerned for these poor guys. They're not going to have... I mean, I could do a temporary water supply here. Get off my back, Emperor. Here you go. Have my meat. Have a little gift as well. Stay away from me. Jake, do you watch any shows? No, I don't. And I can just straight up say no, I don't. I haven't even had a TV since 2007. And I don't miss it. This is a temporary water supply. I don't even like it, actually. It's just going to get in the way of my precious industry, but there we go. The only reason I have this here is to actually water these people. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should get 3, yeah, okay. Okay, so we got our double money from Neptune, and this time it's June, so that should make us a decent amount of dosh. And as I said, I want this to be industry. I like industry. Sadly, I don't like relying on gatehouses. But I'm doing it anyway, because, you know. Yeah, exactly, you know. Is there room for a bathhouse here? There is now. My question is if the water here reaches it. It probably does. Probably is good enough to me. I needed something built there to prevent this road from auto-spawning every time I turn the map. Because let's say I deleted these 2 pieces of road behind this gatehouse, all I need to do is flick the camera and they automatically come back, and that's no good if I want to block people's movements, which I do, because forget freedom of movement, we left the EU. Alright, it's a little simple, but it'll do. Why do I have this? Because I need to set up goodies. This is more clay than I'm ever gonna need. These people are probably gonna need some slightly more desirable things next to them than the industry that I'm about to build up, but whatever. This will be where the pottery gets made pretty much for my entire city, and I need to have the same go for furniture. How many furniture things do I need? Well, one furniture workshop is going to take care of 20 houses. So if I have 5 of them, that'll deal with 100 houses, which will be more than I could ever possibly need. Very little planning going into this, we're just doing what we gotta do. This means I'm gonna have to import timber, which thankfully they give me. What else do I have to import actually? Yeah, I'm gonna need that wine. That is not a lot of oil rather. That is not a lot of oil. But I think that goes up later on in the scenario anyway. So this looks borderline acceptable. It's not going to go anywhere without some engineers though, but one central engineer right here should take care of all of this, because engineers and prefectures have a huge range. The Northwest Warehouse and Industry Land is set to accept all goods. Well, glad someone pointed that out. Thanks. Oh, shoot. Look at these guys. Look at these jokers coming in with all that grain. Thankfully, he'll slowly put the grain into the warehouse there, so there's no big loss. Still really hope these people aren't too angry. No. As long as I don't tax them, they shouldn't be too unhappy. I think they'll get a -6 to how happy they are.
I work hard. I like to play hard. But I can't here. There's nothing to do for fun.
Ha! What a loser. Okay, but he does make a point. I'm going to throw a... Oh, Jing's actually... Is the Lion House a bit much here? I'm trying to think how to get all these people happy with... I think if I send gladiators here, they'll come in, but they won't actually do a whole loop around this. Yeah, I can try though. It's as expensive as anything else, so why not? Let's throw it here. Where will I find all my gladiators and all my lion tamers? Dunno, but we're suspiciously close to the natives here. So before we even have a functional theatre, we've got a coliseum in Lugdunum. It's funny the way the world works sometimes. People are going to be unhappy unless they get some pottery. But pottery production is going to be in full swing anyway, so I have no doubt that they will be... Oh, actually, they're going to go all the way up to Medium Insulae, and they're going to be consuming my goods way too quickly. Maybe I should... Yeah, I think I will. I'm going to have my... well, if I can click on the right thing for a change. I'm going to get my oil production done faster than expected. Is here a good place? Might be a little too... A lot of options I have here. Not sure I like any of them. This is a really bad place to put it because it cuts off a lot of options for putting other buildings in. But that's where you're going anyway, whether people like it or not. Your job is to accept oil. That is your only job. From now on, I wish to buy up as much oil as possible, which is actually not a lot, but I'm taking it anyway. And that will force these guys into large insulae. Ah, just in time. A landslide has happened, so I'm not going to be getting a lot of much for a while. I'm going to get another marketplace on the go because we're so far away from everything here. It's actually really ill positioned to have my markets here. They've got to go all the way here for everything and then all the way here for their food, so that's not great, but it is what it is. Also, I need to pop a barber somewhere. That's not a good place. This could be a good place if it reaches everyone. Lo and behold, it does. Good. And get rid of you in the hopes that these ones actually form into something. Good, and even better. Sadly, all of these have to go. Otherwise, these ones will not form into the larger ones I need them to. And I'm going to need to plaza this. So, what's happening is these large buildings are ones where they're forced into 2x2. It's not random, but let's just say it is, whether other ones will form into 2x2s. So what I'm going to do is delete things so that everybody fits in nicely into 2x2s like this. And that should get everything sorted out. Hunky-dory. And assuming that everything stays stable here, I did not like the way that twitched there. Doesn't look like things are completely stable. Which sadly means I'm probably going to need some more marketplaces. I don't like needing loads of marketplaces for one area, but sometimes needs must. And I must. Okay, that's borderline acceptable. does mean I can get rid of you, which I really want to do. Don't like ugly extra reservoirs. Thinking back to it, Lugdunum gave me such a headache as a child, because I just couldn't work this out. Well, speaking of this, I hope it is enough food. These guys won't be happy unless I give them a second type of food, and I won't be happy if I don't tax them. Conflicting interests. So, what does this mean for me? Let the masses entertain themselves, Jake. That's not your problem. I like the way you think there. Alright, I need to expand on food production here, else I'm not going to get anywhere good.
Leo and I fight all day, all night, and still people are bored. There simply aren't enough entertainers here.
Yeah, well, work harder. Need more food. I know I can do it, I'm just thinking it through a bit here. There's a lot of ways this can go south. How do I connect you best? Your best? Who should often moan about their best? Ooh, maybe I can go up the center here. Yes, yes I can. That'll be good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That seems reasonable. If I get another 12 pig farms, then that should feed just about anyone I could ever want. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be good for cliff dwellers there as well. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. 11, 12. Don't know if this is going to work all that well. But that is live building for you. I was actually watching some really good Caesar 3 YouTube videos the other day. And who am I kidding? They were mine, because frankly mine are excellent. No joke. I mean, I appreciate a well-made city, but doing it on the fly, now that's hard work. Now this did not merge, did it? Can't remember if I tried or not, but we'll be trying again. If any of this merges, then it's good news for me. Don't think I can succeed with any merging here, though. 1, 2, 1, 2, no. 1, 2 is the best I can do here. Bit of a shame, but what are you gonna do? The thing is, I can't use single square areas here. It absolutely must be 2 by 2, or else we're gonna get nowhere. Jake, I thought you wanted meat farms for the top. Yeah, I do. I got them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's good. 24 farms will feed 2, 3, still might not feed enough people, though. I am going to want more. But farms are cheap and they're all the same size, so that works out for me pretty well. Means I can just throw them around without care or issue. So please move in, new immigrants. Go figure. Emperor wants more marbles as well. Oh, shoot. That's not good. I opened up a new trade route and I forgot to check existing factories to make sure they didn't have all these things. It's a bit of a waste, but I'm just going to delete it. Better than having all this oil sticking around. Yeah, you know, that was actually a really bad idea. Well, I did it anyway. Bite me. I almost always want warehouses to accept only one thing, unless it's a purely getting warehouse with no connection to others, then it's alright. Alright, here come the immigrants, which are going to be my cliff dwellers. Excellent, they merged together here. Not so excellent they didn't merge together here. I mean, I can live with that. It might be a little tough for some of these guys getting labor, like you, for example. You're not getting it at all. Maybe you're wasting your time down here. Or maybe you walk up here and you don't get what you need. Actually, it's a real problem for a lot of you guys. Huh. I mean, I could have more cave dwellers around here. It's a little finickety, but... well, the situation calls for it. Yeah, that'll work. They're going to die unless they have a bit of road access, but... let me try to see what I can get cliff dweller wise around here. Any of this will do. So we'll see what immigrants move in and then I'll extend my road accordingly. This is also unnecessary, thank goodness. And these people now have... wait, they don't yet have 2 types of food. Ah, they will. They will as the meat starts rolling in. Which is great, because now they will evolve to their final form. The Grand Insulae. I love Grand Insulaes. They look so good. They make so much money in taxes. I'm going to have to hugely increase this, because otherwise I run the risk of exporting things I really need. So as long as nothing devolves like it did there, then I'm fine. And I need a lot more of my meat coming in, or else I'm in a bad state where the market's going to be racing around trying to get any meat that they can, and they're going to ignore other kinds of goods that they really should be taking care of, but might not always be doing so. What's the best way to make dosh in this game, patricians? Absolutely. Early game, we want exports, but later on you definitely want to be milking those patricians for all they're worth. Alright, so we have a couple of mergers, that's all I need. How about that then? I'm not sure. There's a lot of things I'm not sure about. That's why I like to play this by ear. I get the feeling I'm going to need more pigs pretty soon though. Then again, this guy still has a long way to go just to get access to labor. Maybe I could bring this up here. Because the important thing for these guys is that they get access to labor. Not that everything is super well structured. It's not like I have to worry about providing goods and services. That's where having good loops is needed. So that should solve these guys' problems. There we go. Pigs all growing good, fat and tender. And hopefully this will stabilize now that we actually have a decent amount of meat coming in. Good. I'm wondering if Jake would be any good at Black Desert Online or Dwarf Fortress. I'm not really interested in Dwarf Fortress. I think that boat has sailed. Okay, this is looking good. I wish I could tax them, but I have so much ghetto that I don't want to be doing that. Oh my lords, unemployment is scarily low. I do not like low unemployment one bit. Okay, let us consider numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Really? 13 wheat farms? That doesn't sound right. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, oh well, this is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of you. So I can knock down 2 of you, 15, 16, probably. Splat. Wheat is more important than any other food type, so that's definitely getting prioritized. Actually, it's not very smart of me to have pigs here at all right now. I'm gonna actually annihilate all my pig farms. I had a thought. Growing your city is difficult when you have multiple types of food, especially if everybody has access to all those kinds of food. And it can create some serious food droughts that I'm not interested in dealing with right now. So replacing all our pigs with just bread. Boring sandwiches today. Everything should still be covered nicely. These are going to downgrade, but only by 1. And what about the meat? The meat is going away. Having it would just be a temptation for my my market ladies that I could do without right now. Wheat and wheat only, please. So why am I doing this? Because I plan on making another housing block, otherwise I'm going to be dying through lack of unemployment. And this seems good enough. Oh shoot, no, 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 no. He has to stay there. So yeah, I need a big block of people right here. But how to structure? I could put it here as well, but that's less space and dangerously close to where all my goodies are made. So. I'm just going to make something up completely here. This is going to be difficult for access to water as well. Huh, that's convenient. It's very strangely convenient, but I'll take it. Houses can go here. Like I said, it's actually worth saving right now. Just in case I make something horrible and then the natives go and destroy everything, or God forbid something crashes. I don't know, what do we have? I can actually afford to be a bit creative with this, because I got no idea what I'm doing here. Space for 2 here. Maybe go in along here, up and back in. Certainly a novel shape for a housing block. But the important thing is that I get loads of people right here, right now. That's actually not the best place to be putting the people. It's better to have marketplaces and services here and the buildings here. But I'm probably going to want buildings here just for access. So, to hell with what I just said. Markets can go here. And frankly here. Oh, it's unusual to give such a large amount of area in the center here. But it is what it is. And the water reaches all the way there and no further. It's almost like I planned this. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, good enough. No, not good enough. Kinda good enough. Difficult to say. This probably won't be enough people here. Really, I'd quite like 40. 40 insulae. That isn't what I want. There's a slight problem with having this linked up to these, is that they might drink up the, well, both of these. That would be a problem if these guys no longer got access to entertainment. But I could just give them amphitheater and theater. They don't need a coliseum. Could squeeze one in, potentially, but I'd rather not. Space is too tight. Again, their customary engineer post. their doctor, although always better to squeeze those in where there isn't space to put a 2x2. It's just more efficient, probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is woefully underdeveloped. I could have so much more here. I wonder if I could actually have them right here. I mean, all the infrastructure's in place. It's just plop. There we go. Employees needed, which is bad. I need people, and I need them fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not very good. Yeah, I'll just stick you there and see what happens. Just hope these people move in soon enough. I've been sitting on a low population for a long time though, but that's about to change. Surprisingly long time to stay at low population though. Okay, so what are these guys going to need? Well, straight away they're going to need a lot of market attention. There we go, 5 markets is probably... well, that might be enough. It's not even a guarantee that it will be. And the Emperor should be more than overjoyed at me right now. Okay, what's this guy's problem? Actually, all these guys have little problems. And what's sad is I'm going to have to delete the 2 ones that will automatically grow into 2x2s. In fact, what's really sad is this whole area isn't big enough thanks to this guy being in the way. That's a real shame, but a shame I can deal with in the future. So Marketplace will deal with all of those fellows. Thinking about it, I'm pretty sure there's not a real difference between small statue and garden. But there's certainly a difference between statue and medium statue. There we go, I should keep those busy boys happy. These ones don't have water, too bad. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want your water, you're going to have to trek up that hill. Good luck. As most people always do, they're going to want a god. No gods, just me. Yes, theatre access will be necessary. As will amphitheatre. I'm going to stick this amphitheatre and see what happens with regards to these gladiators. If they all end up going there, then I got a problem. And I think they're all going there. So I have a problem. If I stick one gladiator school here, and then keep that one there, then everything should be fine. Still a problem with lack of actors, though. What's your problem? No one's ever happy around here. There you go. Because they're going to need an actor colony. Which, frankly, could also just go there. It'll definitely get labour access and everything will be fine. That tells me more housing is going to go here. I can deal with that. I'm glad I'm rolling in money. Allows me to do reckless things like plaza up the whole area and just not care. Jake, how are the gods? They're probably fine. See, they're happy. It's a wonderful thing about using oracles. It just takes care of all that nonsense.
Leo and I fight all...
Still sore about that, isn't he? I would need another school here to evolve houses that are here. But I can do that, because I'm great. Amazingly, quite a lot of them are hanging on. They still have some wheat supply that's getting them through. So I'm going to leave that for a wee bit and then throw that down. Hopefully that stagger will allow these to both grow into... looking how everything is, making sure that might be okay. They should both grow into large insulae, which is all I'm asking for right now. For now. 1, 2, that might not be alright. Give these guys a medium stature just in case things are not desirable enough for them. Okay, thank God we're getting unemployment again. And I want these markets to fill up with food and all the goods, which is exactly what they're doing, which is fantastic news for me, because then I can give them the other things. The other things being bathhouse, I mean, there you go. Alright, you made a library. Damn, I'm on ball today. Gonna throw a forum down because I'm gonna need one sooner or later. Probably sooner. I can't block this though, so it shall not be blocked. I think I'd rather have you there, really, but there's a risk with that. Like that. If I do this, boom, then you won't be necessary. I'm working on the assumption that everyone can go do a full pass here, so I can just stick my forum down there, next to all the rocks. Wonderful. Beautiful, even. But they're not done yet. They also need... looking for the best space for you. Could well just put you there. Everybody has barbers. Everybody has... wonderful. And then a bit of restructuring so that everybody fills out the way I want them to. What's your problem? Not enough entertainment. I find that strange. Because apparently that means you either don't get theatre coverage or you don't get amphitheatre. You get both. I think there's just timing problems there. But what's your problem? Undesirables. I hear you, but we gotta work through these issues. Oh, that's actually very nice. I can stick an oracle right here. It does not need road access. Do not believe the lies that you read on your screen. And I can throw even more oracles over here, because why not? I got money and marble to spare. These guys probably also find it very undesirable here. Can throw down a large statue or a couple of oracles. And I am a firm believer in the power of the oracle.
This must be the most boring city in the Empire.
And why people gotta hate on my place? Yeah, both of these are gonna have to go actually. I'll give you some emergency water. But it's on loan. Apparently the school is too far away though. That's fine though, culture is going to demand more schools anyway, so there we go. I'm going to limit their growth. Actually, you're probably going to be limited by lack of water. Another emergency well will be set up there, or emergency fountain. Not enough space for everyone to grow here, which is a little sad. But nothing I can't handle. Oh wait, that's sad. Where are you gonna go? Could delete the oracle. It's not ideal, but I just did it, so too bad. And you're going to need some kind of water access. Wait, the fountain is here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Too far away for you, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, nice. I can just squeak by throwing down a fountain here. Yeah, I'm going through this game without explaining many or any of the mechanics. I guess I'm just assuming people know it since I've been playing it so much by now. That's a fair assumption to make, right? Rome once again on my case. It's only beautiful if you ignore all the tent, Jake. That's exactly what I'm doing. So if we steam by... Unfortunately, there's not many downsides to fast forwarding except for one thing. This, demographics are changing. And every year that goes by, more people hit 50 years old and become unemployable. Not many people become 20 years old and therefore employable. And we get a whole load of babies. I hate babies. Chewing up all those resources without actually working. It's deplorable, really. There we go. I can move statues around to decide who grows where and when. You not getting serviced enough? Nah, you should be fine. Man, some people are so picky. There we go. So for example, I put these small statues down here, get rid of them one by one. He needs a library. There we go. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Oh, you're right, Caesar. I did actually forget your request. There you go. Don't get too mad now. And that looks good. It would look a lot better if these things were grand insulae, but that's going to change, don't you worry. Right, there's a problem with you. You don't like what you're near. That's not a problem that I'm really the best one to take care of right now, but I might be able to deal with it by throwing down a little bit of garden. No, that's unfortunate. I throw down the garden and they instantly find it not desirable enough. Thankfully... Oh. Not sure if that's in enough range. Oh, thank God it is. It won't be enough to get you to Grand Insulae, but I can worry about that in the future. People are eating more food than they're producing, Jake. No, they're not. Now... this looks good, but it's not great. Population's high and all, but... I think I need more buildings here. Also, these market ladies have a long way to go to get goods. Longer than I want them to. So you are actually going to be set to get these goods. There's a problem with that. There's a real problem with that. Pottery. Actually, the furniture is a problem as well. That's annoying. My problem is thus. I want pottery, furniture and oil to be here so that the market ladies don't have so far to go to collect it. The problem is if I have this here, then, for example, this is full of furniture. The cart pushers are going to go, oh boy, we can put furniture over here. They're going to race over and this is just going to be full of furniture. And I don't want to set up 3 different warehouses over here just for that. That said, there's no real problem with doing that. I also don't want to disconnect it. Why do I want everything connected in the first place? I'm not all that sure. Also, why are you not evolving? Bathhouse has a very strange movement pattern here. It's only going this way. It's only going around in this square circle. Could stick a different bathhouse down. And I will. Hopefully that bathhouse covers everything. So, what am I going to do? I could just set up 3 warehouses, all only getting 1 good. It's probably worth it, so that the market ladies have an easier time. That one will get pottery, that one will get furniture. And this one will get oil. A little rough, but it cuts out a long journey for the market ladies. And I'm keen on anything that makes their life a little easier. So you're going to be there, I'm going to stick you here, and we're going to have a few more large insulae here. Why? Because we can. And soon they'll be grand once I start replacing all of these wheat farms, but I want everything to be stable and wheaty first. How to be the ideal subject of Jake. 1. Be unemployed. 2. Live in a 2x2 insulae. 3. Eat only wheat. 4. Be entertained and have average health or below. And have no babies. Yes. You are going to evolve the way I don't want you, aren't you? There we go. Landslides again, but that has ceased to be an issue because money is becoming just a number territory. Which is always nice. Now, what I would like to know is, if I delete you, will my existing bathhouse do full coverage? The answer is naturally. Which is great news, because it means I can stick 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, yes. It means I can stick another large insulae here. Might as well give him a little oracle to remind him that I love him, like all my subjects. I'm also going to stick a little warehouse here. Right here. The only things you're going to accept are wine and vines. I'm going to make one little winery. Right there. Right. Yeah, that'll do. And I will now import vines. I'm preparing for patricians that I will have in the future. You know, I have not calculated my food at all with regards to this population. That's good. It's better than good, that's not half bad. I still think I could shove more population in here, I just don't know when it's going to buckle. To that end, I would like to put down another marketplace or two. I'm going to have them a little further away. It's very difficult to have too many marketplaces, and I love having that peace of mind. So these should all be fine, and they can take care of themselves for a while now. I will upgrade them to eating meat, but not yet. I have other places to look at here, namely these fellows. There are a few things that I want them to do. One is have access to more decadent goods. Hang on, I feel like I put this a little far along this way. It could be easier down here. It could even be like that, but that's unnecessary. Okay. Few mysterious things with regards to that, but I'll figure it out. Right. What was the number I settled on here? 4, 8, 16, 15. 15 large insulae should do it. Wodaz says, just entered, never seen this before. Is there battle in this game, or is it more like SimCity Anno 300 BC? There are battles, just not in this scenario, because, well, basically there were no enemy armies to deal with, only wolves and natives. And I just pacified the natives, so there was no need to kill them and their kin. Right, what do these guys need? They need a few more services that I'm going to have to pack onto this. And otherwise they're going to need access to goods that I'll probably just sling down here. Shouldn't be too hard to do so. But they're also going to need more entertainment, because all they have is a theatre. I could give them an amphitheatre. These guys, though, are going to need more entertainment. But I can deal with that in a different way. So I can worry about that later. Amphitheatre it is, then. Which I guess I'll just stick there, because it's going to need to go there. So what does this entail? It means there's going to need to be yet another engineer post. I'll probably be able to delete that one later, but that's an optimization that I probably won't even have to worry about. So thinking about it, we're probably going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 already here. It means I can throw down a whole 6 over here, if that's even plausible. I made this a little too narrow, frankly. There we go. There we go, we'll go with that for now. Slam down an oracle, probably 2. And they're going to need what exactly? They will need an actor colony. They will need a gladiatorial school. And probably another couple of markets. Everyone loves markets, right? But the main thing this extra bit is needed for is that. The thing about you is that you're actually disconnected from everything else, so I can set you to go and get all the goods. It's also a very low population that you're going to be giving goods to, so I'm not worried about how long it's going to take you to go off and grab the goods from there. But it is important that I've left a wee passageway here, and if I was clever I would have also left a passageway here, just in case we want to take a shortcut along here instead of up, round and down. Huh. No, I don't buy that at all. You're going to come and give them religious access right now.
There are ever so many people looking for work here.
I love high unemployment. 22%. Makes my people pretty unhappy, but we're still doing fine on exports. Alright, this should be okay. Immigrants, please move in. I don't like the sudden influx of immigrants coming up north. That kind of implies that there was some devolution. But I don't see any 1x1s, so either I'm mistaken, or it went away fast enough for me to not have to care. Favorite kind of caring. So, these fellows... Okay, that guy running away tells me, oh, it's these guys. What was your problem? No entertainment. That doesn't sound right. Okay, that is terrible. It's just part of the not quite... Okay, no, it sorted itself out somehow. Walkers are not random, but you could be forgiven for feeling like they are. Walkers are just horrible. Well, the, in massive quotes, random element of them are. There we go. That's still not good because these guys are going to merge, whereas these ones will not, but we have something to work with here. They are still going to be a bit starving though, unless I start giving them things. They have pottery. What they do not have is a nice bit of bathhouse, which will not actually have access there. So bathhouse is going here and hopefully going to get everybody. I don't want to have to build a second bathhouse. Well, it's everyone down there. Damn, I'm nice. 5,000 is the population requirement for Lugdunum, so I'm safe in the knowledge that I don't need to make more houses. Well, I would be if I didn't have like 1,000 people living in ghettos. Okay, good. That one bath lady gets everybody here, which means all they need now is a little humble barber. Will that be a shave or a trim, citizen? Life here is alright, isn't it? Okay, seems they did not like that. I think the people up here don't have library access, which is going to be an issue. Education, library, no they do. Fascinating, what's your problem? Barber is taking some strange routes, it seems. There we go, Barber gets everybody. Still very unhappy with the way these guys have merged, or not merged as the case may be. Let's get rid of you. What's your problem? No water. That is a problem for a lot of people. That takes care of that. Please evolve more. So there are problems here. It seems that the markets aren't good enough. How many marketplaces do I have anyway? Looks like not enough. I can solve that though. I'm glad I kept that meat farm on the go because Caesar's still lusting for it. The lack of entertainment moving around is a curious one, but there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I could definitely still benefit from more of these. I'm going to set another one up here. 1, 2, another one there. I wish I had more here though. The problem is not enough lion tamers, Jake. There's never enough lion tamers, but I don't think that's the main problem here. Perhaps I should have another warehouse getting. Because at a glance there's not that much down here. I doubt I'll need both, but I still want both. Alright, that should stabilize. Should. Famous last words. Okay, what's your problem? Bath lady's doing strange things again, you say? Thought we'd established that her route was fine. Round and round she goes. Where does she stop? Nowhere. Oh, jings. I think something other than bathhouse access is having strange effects here. It could be lack of oil. I'll believe that. And give me a couple of extra marketplaces as well. Yeah, I think I need more oil coming in, but as the situation stabilizes, that should cease to be a problem. My unemployment is nice and high, but maybe not high enough. I also need to make sure I don't accidentally win. Thankfully prosperity is nice and low as long as I have the ghetto. And I don't think my culture is going to go sky high anytime soon. Right, it's time I addressed something. That something is cliff dwellers. They're pretty awful, and this is the one thing I don't like having. Tent access for labour. And if we just kindly ignore all this jazz. Also, I feel like I want to stop shipping out my my pottery, because he's drinking into pottery that I kind of need for, well, my people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. A little fewer than perhaps I can handle, but it is what it is. So, cliff dwellers. Let's get rid of this. I don't think Caesar's going to keep asking me for more meat, and if he does, well, too bad for him. I can keep the warehouse there. The warehouses do not fall down. I think they can only catch fire to adjacencies. So, what's so special about these cliff dwellers? Well, anybody can get access to walkers that are 2 tiles away from them. So I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to take brutal advantage of that. There we go. Our poor dwellers here need access to goods and services. Now I can give them access to all the goods they could ever want by throwing a marketplace up here. Might need 2. No, will need 2. 1, 2. They'll feed these guys, they might feed these ones, but that's less of a concern. Why are you so small? I don't like you. Goodbye. Gonna erect a statue where I tore down your house just for a laugh. Ha! Otherwise everything is good and stable here. Wonderful. Now, what kind of goods and services do they need? They need water. Okay, actually water is a huge concern. How do I get water over here? Should I rely on magical Roman water? I might have to, and that's a concern. Oh well, bang goes all this stuff. It's going to be a long journey for this water. Probably going to be all kinds of lead poisoning along it, but that is the Romans' problem. It is not my problem. How are we going to do this then? There's no easy way to do this, I'm afraid. Just clickety clickety click. Like I said, one of my favourite tricks game, magical flowing Roman water. They'd mastered portals long ago. I think this is how the Roman Empire managed to take over most of the known world. But it does allow us to get water over here nice and easy. I mean, that's not the only way we can do it. I can do it like this. Ka-ching. And this is where it gets really confused. I've used this trick a few times. I love it. It's not something I want to stop using. There we go. But that allows us to get water down here. I mean, sure, I could have just taken it normally, but I want to make sure the path, the road to Rome, is not obstructed in any way. Where am I going to stick you anyway? I think I might need you as close as here. But that has its own problems. I'd like to think that's going to be close enough. Francie Zero says, holy biz, I never knew such a trick existed. Now you do. Alright, that is sadly not close enough. I'm gonna need someone on this side as well. Well, them's the brakes. Makes us very inefficient in terms of space usage, but that's okay. Water, water, whoops, water.
You got through those funds quickly.
I didn't even notice I was spending all my money there. Well, that's alright. Part of the problem is that I'm no longer exporting my pottery. Another part of the problem is that I'm not taxing my peasants. And if I did start taxing them, the people in the squalor would get very upset. How many unemployed people do we have? 600, eh? Alright, I think the time for taxing is upon us. 8% should yield a considerable amount of taxes. And these people are going to get angry, but then I'll just burn down their tents. That'll make them happy. These people all will get food, but the point is they are... Oh, I never bothered with these guys, did I? Yeah, I'll have to deal with you as well. That should do. I think I can hear Caesar's accountants in the background. Oh nice, that fits there just perfectly. And at least they'll be fed, and people don't get so angry with you if at the very least they get fed. Now people are going to need religion in their lives. Opium for the masses and all that. And slowly and surely we are deconstructing the old tent city. Risk, crime, I think crime is going to start hitting there sooner or later. What else are they going to need? Well, they're going to need pretty much everything what we've given to everybody else. It includes you, it includes schools, which needs to be... Oh, this is going to be awkward. Can I put... Huh, this is pretty awkward, right. Where do I stick you? Gee, I did not afford myself a lot of space here, did I? I have to get it extending down there. Okay, well, Venus, you cannot go there. I think I need the school here. I have to stick Venus somewhere else. Man, I did an awful job with the road here. Why didn't I just move it down a notch? Okay, I'm just going to assume that Caesar doesn't want any more meat. He better not. It's his problem if he does. It's very explicitly my problem. But this just allows us to stick so many buildings up the back here. What else are they going to want? They're going to want entertainment, which is, as usual, going to be a theatre and an amphitheatre. And such buildings will, of course, need an actor colony. And no, not a lion house. Don't let the lions loose in the theatre. They're gonna need the gladiator school. There we go. Oh, right. Pays to not break that. So how about that whole risk of crime? Wow, I really expected them to be flaring up. At the very least, how's tax looking?
These houses pay so little tax, it hardly seems worth my time.
Okay, this is nasty. I do not want my tax collector going up this way. Throw down another couple statues here in the hopes that he doesn't go out that. Ah, he keeps going out that way. Right, tax collector needs to move. Not enough space there. Oh, there's a lot of not enough space around here. Right, I'm gonna put you down there in the hopes that you actually cover everything, because that's taking a big bite out of the money that I can make here. So, cliff dwellers are looking borderline okay. My finances are not, however. I think Caesar is about to be very not happy with me. Maybe I should start selling some more pottery. Or I could pee all over Neptune's temple and then build him like 3 more. Then he'll give me extra money. These people are going to need plaza up the wazoo, or else they're going to find it very undesirable where they live. Because, let's face it, when you're living next to a bunch of farms, it's not that pretty. So sadly, Venus doesn't make it over here. Oh, right, I didn't put an engineer post down here. A lot of things about to break. There we go. Gladiator school and library. Problem, no problem. Still though, if you're not getting any religious facilities, I dare think you're probably not going to get much in the way of anything else. I could probably tear it down. I'll probably just tear this down, gives me less to worry about. As long as this works. Yeah, that should work. Didn't want the hassle. Loops are so much easier to work with anyway. Get them a bathhouse. They'll still want a doctor, a barber, and I'm probably going to need to help them out in terms of desirability as well, so some reshuffling is a given. Oh, and I'm taxing them. There's just no ifs or buts about that. The kinda nice thing about cliff dwellers is that it's slightly more desirable to be living on higher ground. I don't have exact numbers on that, I just know that it is. And more oracles are better oracles, so just have some more. Strangely enough though, the school kids are not hitting you up, which means they're not hitting you up either, I guess. So, library and school are getting switched out. Oh, that's not good news. Means I'm not going to have any traders coming in to give me money. I need money. Okay, that should be good. And this is the trick to cliff dwellers. They're not going to have enough. Wow, you for some reason don't get enough employees? That's probably actually not a problem. But it also kind of is. Oh well. Okay, another problem. All the school kids are now just going in that direction instead of going this way. I've said it before and I've said it again. It's the problem with the walkers. They're very, very hard to anticipate. How's that then? Is everyone going to be happy? Please just punch. Good. That's as good as I can get them before I start re-establishing the little piggy goes to market routine. What's your problem? Philistine. You got 2 oracles next door. I don't know what your problem is. Gatehouses are very undesirable. That is one of the problems of using them as stoppers. But thankfully I'm good with the oracle. Jake, are there going to be any patricians this mission? Of course there will be. I just need to do it. Alright, so you guys need stuff. Might as well erect that temple to Mars, so I can tear this one down. And how are we looking towards getting rid of our ghetto? Any crime? Oh, now we're talking. Alright, time to be a modern day Batman. Good night. There's a slight problem with this. It's really going to hurt my industry. I'm going to throw prefecture down so we can just smack the crap out of anyone committing any crimes. Didn't even hurt my unemployment that much. The issue is not having, you know, all this industry that I really like. Money's been tight all mission. That's unusual for me. So what have you folks? 1, 2, 1, 2. As long as somebody gets to this square, they'll give all the services that I need these guys to get. So, what is that? Well, it's of course amphitheater, but it's going to be hard to make life here desirable for them. Well, that's their problem. I'm going to need a theater, they're going to need a school, might as well have that nearby. They will need a library. Anything I can stick up here is kind of nice, though. I would like to tax them. Nobody escapes my tax men. And they're going to need a bathhouse. They've already got their marketplace. What else will they need? Well, these places are going to need their actor colony. This is why cliff dwellers are not so good. They chew up a lot of labor compared to what they actually give. All they're giving is labor access. And this is just because I'm a fusspot. I could get by fine with just having shacks up here. But I want better, and I will have better. Slight problem for these guys is they're going to have very, very little access to labor. Might be good to actually have it like a wee fork like that, or maybe I can have them go further down. Yeah, they're going to get so little access to labor. I mean, look at them, they're barely even turning on. That's an actual problem. I need to think how I want to deal with that. Or if I want to deal with that. I'd get a lot more access to labor if I had someone right here. Well, I say a lot more. They would get some more. See, the walker walks past somewhere, it gives this place access to employees, and then it swiftly gets cut off. So that's not very good. Could offset it by putting some houses down here. It's not so bad here because I actually walk past them for a reasonable chunk. But here it's just a prong into there, which is not so good. So I have to think, what do I want to do about that? The answer could be more obvious than it seems. Patricians. Jake, engineer needed there. I'm glad someone remembered. Then again, I'm not so convinced this is all that good. That engineer isn't even going to get to do any work. He's going to pop out and then... No, actually no, he's got access. That's good. Okay. I think it's patrician o'clock, personally. Okay, so patricians are in 3x3s, so I'll just stick a couple of them here. couple should be plenty, actually. Which means something, something. Forgive me the sins that I am committing to good-looking lands. All right. God, I'm making a right mess of this. Okay, I think I'm going to stick some patricians here. I'm going to have some reverse cliff dwellers. Which means what exactly? It means I'm going to have to cut this. Stick my aqueducts up here instead. But that still should be okay. Maybe. What do I know? Still, that's going to be tough going. Let's get you there so I can water my patricians and figure out how best to deal with them. This land is going to be pretty ugly for them, I will admit. And I'm probably also going to have it closer to them for now. I can expand this when they become 3x3s. 3x3s are good. This is why I love Lugdunum. You have to think creatively to work with the land that you're given. And whilst I'm making a bit of a pig's ear... Oh, pigs! Right, I should get on that. It'll make me a lot more money. 1, 2, 3, 4... let's try and count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, 12, 13... 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20... 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 34. Half of 34 is 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy, blah, blah, blah. Feed my people. Not counting these, I'm just trusting I'm putting down the right number. Good enough. There we go. So that's just the crime warning I was looking for, which tells me this place too dangerous to allow to keep existing. Goodbye. Which is kind of good because it means I don't need to keep these anymore. Oh well, what's done is done. But I kind of want to keep these industries going and not have this as a complete crap hole. So I have something that resembles an idea. Yeah, stick a granary here. Make it only accept fruit. And I'm going to have a way... Oh, that's super stupid, actually. It's like award-winning levels of stupid. Oh well, doing it anyway. Seems like fun. You are only going to accept fruit, and I'm going to import fruit just to feed a couple of people. What a laugh. Also, apparently I have a warehouse with 2 bits of grain in it. That's weird. But it happens every now and then. So these places should now evolve into Grand Insulae, except they probably don't have enough entertainment except for these fellows. That is another thing that I can fix, but I won't be fixing right now. So what of you folk? You're a bit of an issue. There's a couple of you. So here's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Hope that's enough, because I don't know if it is. Let's stick a granary right at the end here. This granary will accept what exactly? Don't know, I could do this a 2 or 3 food way. I think I'll go the 2 food way. You'll accept meat, and I'll have another one that accepts wheat. That seems dangerous. Why can't I just have one? Doesn't seem too dangerous to have that there, does it? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm not sure if it's too bad to have 2 kinds of granaries here or not. You know what, I can have this as a loop, so I don't think that's too bad. If I set a second granary right here, for example. Well, not for example, it's exactly what I'm doing. So this one accepts meat, this one accepts wheat. I only need 1 farm for each. Ta bloody da. And then I can give these guys all the items that they need right here. And you're going to go and get everything. It's only 2 buildings, so this will be plenty for them. Jake engineer needed. I'm glad someone's remembering that. Because I sure ain't. They're gonna need a doctor. Everyone needs a damn doctor. They're gonna need a barber. Everyone needs a barber. Everyone in this city, at least. They get plenty, well I say plenty, they get some access to labour. Ah, figures he needs his meat. Probably more of a pain to listen to him moan about it. But the thing about making all this meat is that people immediately want to eat loads of it. So it's actually taking a very big ham out of our... Oh, what was that? Batman's dead. Okay, these guys will need a marketplace. This is just to stop them from getting too angry with me. I'll bring them up to almost livable. There we go. They should stop trying to burn down my buildings now. And this is purely to keep the industry going. All of this stuff. Because I do want to keep making money until things get really up and on the go. Yeah, getting new water is actually going to prove tricky, isn't it? Well, maybe not too bad, actually, if I can stick you here. Everything's fine. Ha, not quite. Can't even reach you from there. Well, I can reach you. I'm sure some of you will merge together. Who's right? I'm right. Yeah, they find it horribly ugly living there, though. Kinda to be expected. There we go, let's just waste all that money, even though we went into debt with Caesar for a second time. Lovely. Okay, that all looks fine. These guys are stable. These guys will eventually make their way up. Apparently the Colosseum guy is not making his way around far enough. That's tweaks that can be dealt with later. This is not, however. These guys are devolving, and that concerns me. No food. Right, the amount of food I'm making is insufficient, which is scary. Because it should be plenty sufficient. And yet it is not. Well, I guess more farms are needed then. Okay. That's livable though, because we have access to to labor there, which is fine. So I knocked down 2 pig farms. Let's just re-erect them. Is it better there, I wonder? Might be difficult for people getting labor access if they don't explicitly walk past those fellows. But then, let's say you're here, you would come out and get all lost there without getting any labor. I'm very much relying on them walking past those guys. Oh well, rely I shall. Yeah. This is fairly terrible. I should be making this a lot cleaner. Oh, there's a rock in the way. Okay, that explains a lot. One, two, three. Lugdunum, a challenge to the end. Right, I have a long lost count on the pigs that I'm putting down here. These wheat farms are going to be inefficient in many ways, but they are what they are. Kind of tells me that if anything I'm going to need more cliff dwellers around here, but I can refine that once I get these patricians working. Working was not the right term to use there. Actually, I might just be able to share the services that they have with these fellows down here. So all they're going to need up here are the patrician services. Hospital, for example. Hopefully that takes care of them. And yes, I do insult you, Caesar. You're not getting your goodies. Okay, everything appears to be growing here, so that's good. The food is still too scarce, which concerns me, but with a bit of luck it'll just balance out in time, because I should be producing more than I eat. We produce a little more than we eat, that's good. The unemployment is not, however. Unemployment is very low. Well, at least these guys are happy. I would like to demolish all of this, but the money is still a necessity. Still want all this to look a lot better, though. They're going to need a couple more gods, no matter how you cut it. Actually, they currently don't have any gods, so... that should take care of that. They'll have probably no amount of entertainment right now. Ah, looks like they have theatre and amphitheatre, which is pretty good. Surprisingly good, if anything. But really, I want them to have the creme de la creme. That's going to be so expensive. But not unfeasible. But there's something I want to do before I do that. Aqueduct, how far can you go? That's acceptable. That's very acceptable. Let me destroy this. Replace it with a gatehouse. And stick our beloved hyperdrome right here. Alright, that might seem like a colossal waste. And you're almost right, but you're not quite right. Especially if I can get an engineer post right here. And a chariot maker right here. There'll do. Chariot maker working? Good.
I've raced in many worse cities than this.
Chariot racer is actually going to give these guys entertainment, even though the hippodrome isn't working. Go figure they find this place atrocious to live next to. Makes sense, they're going to need quite a few oracles and some plaza on both sides. They'll probably even need some oracle love up here. That should take care of all their everything being too icky to live near demands. Alright, what more could you possibly need? You're not getting pottery? No, strangely enough, you're not. Well, yeah, that should be good. More landslides, always an issue, but once these guys get pottery, they should be well on their way to becoming patricians. Jake, weren't the Romans famous for their straight roads? You try making a straight road in Lugdunum, you will not get very far. Right, unemployment is not high enough for me. It's only going to go down when these guys turn into patricians. Food situation is stabilized a bit. These guys actually will not evolve unless I have unless I either make the hippodrome function or I give them something better. Or I have much better coverage. Tempted to go down the Colosseum route. There's almost not room for it, but there is. Alright, I see it now. Hope that school still functions, or else I'm going to feel like a fool. Also, if you keep getting that lion tamer's lions, then we're going to have a problem. So I need another lion tamer around about... hope this doesn't cheese these guys off. Okay, they're still having food problems, but hell, that's their problem. Oh man, not you again. Look, I'm just gonna send him his golden chariot and tell him to be on his way. Okay, lack of employees is becoming quite a problem. I want to make these guys patricians ASAP. There we go. There we go. Let's move that out the way. Plaza all of this. And they are going to need an academy, that much I remember. And I have not left enough room for an academy. There we go. Guard and all this jazz. There we go. Patricians at long last. I don't think I'm taxing them, am I? Well, that's going to change. Now this is not going to miraculously make me tons of money, but we managed to get patricians in Lugdunum too. Could probably squeeze in more, but we're pushing this There's only so far you can get without much planning. And I am fast hitting that wall. Because things are not stabilizing out very well. And it'll take a wee while for that. I need a bit of culture and I'll have this map beaten. These could certainly be a lot better, but I think I'm going to make a save so I could tighten it up later. Otherwise, I think it's time we kissed goodbye to Lugdunum, because we've been here for over 2 hours. At least there's no tents in my beloved city. Nobody likes tent cities. Unless you're going North Korea mode. Even then it's easy to push that one too far. This I've never liked, just spamming culture buildings has always sat really foul with me. But say goodbye to Lugdunum.
Your treatment of the native Gauls in Lugdunum and that fair city's splendor bodes well for Rome's expansion into the northern wilderness. Well done.
I assure you, I spent a lot more than 2 hours on Lugdunum when I was a kid.